How's it going, everybody? I'm the BTC Reaper, and my goal on this channel is to teach you how to reap the rewards of trading whether price is going up or down. Just Circle announces native USDC launch on Arbitrum network. So USD will natively be on the Arbitrum Layer 2 network, rendering it the official version of the ecosystem. This is going to have multiple benefits, which will make a upgradable smart contract for USDC, and it also makes it easier for on and off ramps, and it'll also open the door for institutional on and off ramps as well as lowering any withdrawal and moving delays for your USDC. In a thread on Twitter, Circle emphasized that the native USDC on Arbitrum will remain fully reserved and always be redeemable for 1-to-1 for US dollars. So we'll have to hold them to that and see if it's true. Binance downplays Canadian securities regulator investigation after leaving country. So Canada's Ontario Securities Commission hit Binance with an investigation order last month. Binance was going to be investigated to see if they had tried to stir around any of their securities laws in Canada, and then days later that they received this notice, they said, hey, we're leaving the country due to new guidance related to stablecoins and investor limits. So the exchange asked the Securities Commission to then drop the investigations, claiming it was extremely broad and issued without any factual basis. And a hearing will be held on June 2nd to determine if it will be dropped or not. Crypto is helping fund the fentanyl trade, says Senator Elizabeth Warren. So this crackhead's at it again. Elizabeth Warren, the U.S. Senator from Massachusetts, has sounded the alarm on the use of crypto in funding the use of lethal fentanyl trade, prompting her to call for more stringent regulation of the industry. She cites a research from Epileptic which reveals that cryptocurrencies, notably Bitcoin and Tether, are preferred transaction methods for over 90 Chinese companies that produce fentanyl. So, just because there's a bunch of Chinese companies that make fentanyl, which they're supposed to be making it for the healthcare industry, she's going after crypto. This is pushing forward the Digital Asset Anti-Money Laundering Act, which was introduced last December in an effort to curb crypto payments. So, the key provision is going to extend the Bank Security Act to wallet providers, miners, validators, and other network participants. So anyone involved in the network is going to basically need a ledger of every transaction. Moreover, it intends to address self-custodial digital wallets and prohibit financial institutions from using or transacting with mixers or other privacy-enhancing technologies, which would probably be self-custodial wallets. So this is not very good. Hopefully this gets struck down. It's being called as a Trojan horse because she's just trying to take down all of crypto just because a small group of Chinese companies are bad actors. OKX proposes industry-first BRC30 token standard to enable Bitcoin and BRC20 token staking. OKX, the leading Web3 company, today introduced a proposal for a new open-source BRC30 proposal that enables staking of BRC20 tokens and Bitcoin in order to earn BRC30 tokens. The protocol will be open source and available for all developers to build upon. So this is good because it will offer a way for people that are holding Bitcoin or BRC20 tokens to make money just by holding their assets. Who doesn't love passive income? Stochastic is falling, RSI is falling, VWAP is starting to fall, money flow is starting to reject away from the neutral, our momentum's getting a red dot and curling away from neutral. So our total market cap is looking like we're set up for a drop from here. That stochastic could try to save us, and our money flow could try to curl as it's not going down too strongly right now, but we'll have to see what happens. Our Bitcoin dominance, we're starting to break down out of our triangle, kind of like I said, so this could be our confirmation of our breakdown, so we could be in for more downside. Stochastic's falling, RSI is falling, momentum's falling, money flow is in the red, so we have a bearish trend and it's confirmed, and our VWAP is in the bearish zone very strongly and sharply falling. This is one of the lowest points it's been in a while, and we've just started this downswing. Over on our futures, we are pretty much filled our gap that is right here. So now we only have the lower gap at 20k and the higher gap around the 29k. Don't know why I don't have that boxed. So we have that one and that one as well. So we do have 2 gaps up and 1 gap down remaining. Over on Bitcoin, we are kind of bouncing off our value area low again, trying to keep it as our support. If we do break through and manage to fall lower here, then we will probably see this flag break down. Our stochastic is falling, RSI is falling, momentum starting to curl out with a red dot that could confirm. Money flow is in the bearish territory, but it's not very strongly in the bearish territory. So we'll have to see if that reverses or if it starts to drop out from us. So we'll have to look at the lower time frames to determine that. Our VWAP is also falling as well, so our medium term is starting to come out. Over on the 4 hour, RSI is falling, stochastic starting to curl. Our money flow is slightly in the bullish territory, not very strongly. So it's just about as strong as the daily is on the counter. Our momentum is trying to come up, but we're kind of getting a little bit of a curl here, so we could be set up for a red dot that could bring us lower. We kind of are ranging right just below this Fibonacci area, right around that point, the golden pocket, sorry. So us ranging like this is creating a bit of a bear flag. Within our bear flag, that could also help set some down pressure on us, so be wary of that. So Stochastic's about to get a bearish cross, RSI is not looking too strong. So now on to the 2 hour, you can see we're ranging a little bit more, not quite a rising wedge, so not a bearish pattern on that, but we are kind of just ranging here. Stochastic is starting to curl down, RSI is curling down, money flow is well into the bullish territory, but is starting to head down. VWAP is testing our bearish zone, so we'll have to see if it flashes bearish. 2 hour just flashed a red dot, so we'll have to see if that confirms and if this momentum starts to come out. If that does happen, then it's likely the stochastic and money flow will continue to trend down, and then we may start to break down from here. We have a manipulation X here showing that we could have some downside coming, kind of like here. However, they're not always indicative of that, as sometimes they do nothing. Our stochastic is falling, RSI is falling with lower highs and starting to curl down. Money flow is well into the bearish territory here on the 1 hour, so the 1 hour is saying we're about to drop. 2 hour and 4 hour are a little iffy, so the 1 hour and daily I'd ride a little more strongly on, unless this reverses here. Our momentum wave is coming down, VWAP's coming down, so we're not looking too strong overall. Over on graph, wow. Got quite a shot up and then just a big rejection down. So a lot of volatile move on graph today. Stochastic is starting to curl down, RSI is starting to head down, momentum starting to head down, VWAP starting to head down. Our money flow is kind of starting to curl away from that neutral zone, so we could have some downside. Now this could be a hammer candle, which could signal a top. It would also set us up for a future jump up to these levels, because usually when you get big candle wicks, you fill them. So this represents buyers tried to push us way up and they got suppressed and were not able to, and ultimately the sellers prevailed, so we could be in for some downside from here. Over on the 4 hour, we have manipulation X with a big red candle. RSI is heading down very sharply, momentum's heading down very sharply, stochastic's beat down, our money flow is rounding out, and our VWAP is heading down, so overall the 2 hours looking very weak and like we could start to pull under. Or the 4 hour, sorry. The 2 hour, we're kind of rounding out here. Our RSI is just falling, momentum's just dead, falling very hard. Our VWAP is rejecting away from the neutral, stochastic's pretty beat down, money flow is curling down pretty strongly, very close to that neutral zone if it continues that trajectory of that downtrend. So we could be in for some downside and a retest of this little Fibonacci level. So I did warn that if we broke above it, we could get quite a rise, but I wasn't expecting it all in one candle like that. So our RSI is falling, stochastic is falling, money flow is rejecting away on the 1 hour, our VWAP is in the bearish zone, rejected a bullish cross, and our momentum is falling. We may get a green dot soon, maybe a few candles from now, but that would be if we don't continue with this downside, and the money flow would have to kind of reverse back up. So overall, I'd say the 1 hour is trending bearishly. You have to watch this closely to see if we reverse trend or not. Over on the daily for Anchor, we are testing this value area low. So this would be a strong support level, kind of like Bitcoin's. We have a manipulation X, so that signals we could fall out from here. Stochastic's falling, RSI is falling, our VWAP is falling, momentum's rejecting away with a red dot, and our money flow is well into the bearish zone. So overall, the daily's not looking too good. Could have a little mini double top here too, so we could start to get some more downside. At which point, like I said, we may revisit this range over here. So over on the 2 hour, you can see that double top a little better. Stochastic is starting to fall, RSI is starting to fall, money flow is in the bullish territory, but it's not very strong, and it's starting to curl out. VWAP is starting to fall away, momentum's falling away with a red dot, so we're not looking too strong here on the 2 hour for any sort of a recovery. So we did break this support level, and now we're gonna it was the support level, now it's our resistance level. So if we get some more downside, we could come up, retest it, and then see some more downside if we continue with this bearish environment. So over on the 1 hour, our stochastic is falling very strongly, RSI is starting to fall, momentum's falling very strong, money flow is just inching into the red, so we're about to go into the bearish territory, and our VWAP is falling very strongly as well. So overall, we're not looking too strong here. We have a double red X, so we could be in for a pretty big drop down. Over on XRP, we are kind of falling away, so if you took a little bit of profit, like I said, you might be sitting a little alright. We are in a support range at this 50 cents, so if we do get a bounce off here, that would be very good for us, and we could continue some upside. But if we continue to fall away later today or tomorrow, then that could show that we aren't too strong here, and we could see some lower numbers. Our stochastic is starting to fall away, RSI is starting to fall away, momentum's starting to fall away, VWAP's about to break bearish, and the money flow is about to break bearish as well. So exercise some caution. We're not quite bearish, but we could be soon. Over on the 4 hour, RSI is trying to inch back up. Stochastic's just beat down though, so the RSI doesn't have much strength. Our momentum is pretty beat down, but it is trying to curl up. Our money flow is trying to sustain this level here, and our VWAP is trying to head back up into the bullish territory. So the 4 hour here is looking a little iffy if we can push forward. We are kind of flagging here, might be able to call a bull flag. Kind of hard. We did technically drop, so it could be more of a bear flag though. Our stochastic is running up, RSI is starting to curl away on the 2 hour here. VWAP starting to curl away, money flow starting to curl away. Our momentum is trying to come up, so we'll have to see if that momentum can continue and that money flow can kind of reverse trend or not. Over on the 1 hour, our stochastic's about to get a bearish cross, RSI is starting to fall, momentum could start to get a red dot. Our money flow is about to break into the bearish territory, and our VWAP's about to do the same. So we'll have to see if we actually fall into the bearish territory and hold. Otherwise, if we dip back up, then we could be set up for some more upside. So I'd watch the next few candles pretty closely. We do have this little bit of a reversal. We were technically in a slight uptrend, so a reverse of that would be a downtrend, so exercise some caution. Over on Algo, we are getting a slight push, a little better than when I started the video. RSI is trying to inch its way up, but overall is losing ground. Stochastic has a bearish cross, so that's falling. Money flow is trying to inch up, VWAP is in the bearish territory, but our momentum is curling down with a red dot, so I'd exercise a little bit of caution because we look very indecisive. But with this hammer candle here, that could set us up for an uptrend and we could break away from this range. Over on the 4 hour, our stochastic is trying to run up, RSI is trying to run up, our money flow is trying to run up, VWAP's running up very strong, and our momentum's trying to run up as well. So we are pretty good for a setup for a continued upside here. Kind of curling bottom, so we may get a push here on the 4 hour if the lower time frames are prevailing as well. The 2 hour, our money flow is testing the neutral zone. We've tested it twice today and got rejected, so hopefully we can actually break through and get some bullish momentum. Our stochastic's about to break bearish, but we are overbought, so we do have the bullish momentum on our side. Our RSI is trying to head up, but it's kind of flattening out here. Our momentum is looking like we could round out, so I'd watch the momentum and money flow closely, and our VWAP is kind of heading down. Finally, on the 1 hour, stochastic's getting close to a bearish cross. We do have a green dot here that signals we could have bullish momentum though, and a reversal, so we were in a bit of a downtrend, so this could signal that we could go into an uptrend from here. Our RSI is trying to point down with a red dot on our momentum, and our VWAP's testing bearish, and our money flow's testing bearish as well. So watch if that money flow reverses and goes bullish. If not, if it breaks into the bearish zone and starts to gain some momentum, then we're not going to see too much upside, and we may see the lower part of this channel. Thank you for watching tonight's video. I hope you have a wonderful night.